So, starting off with a basic summary of the book, The Champion's Mind, would be that in order to become a champion, you need to have a good sense of desire and vision. You need to identify precisely what you do that helps or doesn't help you and eliminate what doesn't help you. The book talks about how, in order to perform at a champion's level, you must break any bad habits that you have. We are all champions until we lose to ourselves. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. Therefore, you should take advantage of every opportunity to grow and improve in what you're doing. Motivation will always fluctuate, but it's irrelevant when it comes down to the moment that you need to act in the sport that you're doing or work or whatever it may be. You must do things simply because you want or need to, not because you're motivated to. In order to strengthen your mind, you must identify 3 heroes or role models that you can mirror and mimic when you need a confidence boost during a challenging situation. Know and understand the 5 stages of loss. The first stage is shock and denial. The second is anger. The third stage is bargaining. The fourth is depression. And the fifth stage is acceptance. 2 of my take-home messages would be to believe in yourself and trust your abilities. Confidence is key, and the book talks about that throughout the whole book, not just certain parts. It's a big thing in the book. It talks about believing in yourself and confidence and to trust your abilities. 3 examples of concepts or principles from the course that show up in the book would be confidence, concentration, and composure. There's a specific quote in the book that states, the mental abilities of confidence, concentration, and composure are crucial to being a champion in everything you undertake, that being work or sports or both. I think the author presented them these 3 things in an understandable way, and they fit what we have learned about them in the course. Confidence was the biggest lesson, in my opinion, and was talked about the most in the book and the course both. My top favorite quote was, "If you can spot greatness in someone else, then you already have some of that greatness within you, because only a person with similar traits can recognize those traits in others." This is my top favorite quote in the book because it really shows you that if you can see, like, say you're in a sport, if you can see you're watching a volleyball game, for instance, and you think, wow, like, that girl is really good, she is great. Well, this quote is saying if you can spot that girl is great, then you have some greatness within you as well. And I think that really helps someone recognize that, oh, well, I'm good too, and that can also make them more like wanting to do better in their sport if they know that they have some greatness within them. Maybe if they put more into their sport, they can really grow as a player, or if it's work, then the same thing would apply. My second favorite quote from the book was, "Your challenge is to win in all aspects of life. To reach that goal, you need to set yourself up for success by winning one day at a time. Procrastination is no match for a champion." This is my second favorite quote because it talks about how your challenge is to win in all aspects of life. So it's not just about your one sport. It may be your sport, your work, your relationship with your friends, your family, God, if you believe in Him, anything really in your life. I think that it's a really good quote for this specific book because maybe whenever people think about the book or like the specific class that we're taking, you just think strictly sports. But this quote is saying in all aspects of life, so in everything that you do. And in order to reach the goal, you need to set yourself up for success by winning one day at a time. So that part of the quote is saying you need to go about it one day at a time. Little by little, it will get better. You will continue doing good. And the last part of the quote is procrastination is no match for a champion. And I think that speaks for itself. The third quote that I've picked, that is my third favorite quote, is win the day. This means you should take advantage of the opportunity that each day brings to be the best athlete that you can be. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse is a winning philosophy that must be embraced to reach personal excellence and competitive greatness. Peak performance is the daily strike zone we are aiming for. I think this quote is great because it starts off with win the day. So like the last quote that I was talking about, win the day means take it one day at a time. So if you can win this day, then you take on the next day. You win that day, you take on the next day, win that day. And in the quote, it states that means that you should take advantage of the opportunity that each day brings to be the best athlete you can be. In this specific quote, it says athlete, but this could go for anything: work, relationships, etc. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. That part of the quote, I think, really makes it for me, because it's kind of harsh, but at the same time, if you aren't working to get better, or if you're not doing things in order to get better, well, everyone else is getting better while you're not staying the same, you're getting worse. Finally, my overall rating of the book, I would give it a 9, because I think that it could have had maybe some more stories about people who have overcome their battles and became really good at what they do, or gained a lot of confidence with what they do, that being a sport, most likely for this book, I would say, but also it could apply to work. But other than that, I would say that it was a really good book. I enjoyed it, and it had a lot of good points, and I think that I would recommend it to anyone that I know or anyone that I even don't know.